Let me see what episode this is. It's proper. It's proper sorted. It is episode... Alright. I got so much stuff going on here. You just clearing that out? You got it? Somebody text?
Yeah.
Alright.
Why is there sand on the table?
Why not? Episode 43.
43?
Close Encounters of the Funny Kind. What about when we get to like 143?
Have we had any close encounters? Have we had anything of the funny?
Yeah. We have funny stuff.
What's the funny stuff?
I don't know. Just you being you and me being awesome, you know.
Like me putting nails to my foot and shit like that?
There's always some funny stuff. And then Close Encounters, we're talking about that stuff almost every week, you know.
Oh, we should talk about how frequently I've been having deja vu and our oldest is having it. That's a close encounter.
We can touch on it.
We can talk about that.
All right. So we picked this one up. I have not had the green can. We did the blue Foster's.
I'm pretty sure the blue is what we always get when we go to Outback.
Yeah, that's the lager. This is a premium Foster's. So I don't know taste wise. Like, I mean, I'm pretty familiar. If you go to Outback, you're knocking down the Foster's. That's usually my beer I go to.
Oh my God.
But we're gonna see if this one's any different. I've never had this one. It's a little bit darker. All right.
And just to pre-warn everyone, I'm a little carb drunk right now.
We can post the pictures.
We'll insert the picture, but
Sam hasn't had carbs lately. She's dropping back, trying to get ready for summer body.
I'm trying to get that snatched body. You know what that means? He still doesn't know what this means.
Snatched.
I need to be snatched.
Well,
like snatched body. Like
one time I snatched somebody.
You did that earlier.
Yeah. What?
Like the second the kids left.
Yeah. Snatched her up.
We are without kids for a week, almost.
Yeah, they're on spring break with the grandparents, so we're
hours away. Like they can't even come home quickly if they need to.
Flying solo. It's pretty cool. We went to dinner. I'll post what Sam ate. It was hefty.
I was so hungry. Like, so I've been back on my Adderall for like the last month. I go in and out of phases of taking it because I don't like taking something for so long. But anyways, I'm back on it. Now my office has their gym open and I'm like back into lunch break workouts, which is my forte and I love it. And I haven't been eating because it's a appetite just.
But you are eating, but you're eating healthy, like salads, fruit, stuff like that.
So like
That's just not carb stuff.
If he has tacos, I have a taco salad. So I have lettuce and the ground beef with some cheese.
Yeah.
And
which I should probably be doing.
This like chipotle sauce thing that we have. So I do stuff like that, or at lunch I do like a protein shake because we get them for free in the gym. And a big bowl of watermelon, strawberries, and kiwi. Yeah. So I've really cut back, but today I was just like, I'm fucking hungry.
It's not bad. It's a cheat meal. That's what they say. I mean, so it's not bad to have.
Well, Thursday
have one
night
occasionally. You just get back on schedule.
Thursday night I had a cheat meal. I had a really bad couple of weeks at work, and I was just like, I want a fucking cheesecake. So I had a monster cheesecake.
I mean, it's not good, but you didn't eat anything else. That's the whole thing. Like. I mean, yes, it's probably 500-600 calories, but I mean, you didn't eat dinner. So
I've been so busy at work, I haven't been like stopping to eat, and I've been fasting too.
Yeah.
Remember we talked about that? Like, I'm not eating breakfast. I'm drinking coffee. Yeah, it has creamer in it, but I'm not eating anything until after my workout, and I don't work out until 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Well, and that's like I said, I got to get back on my schedule a little bit here, but let's try these bad boys.
That fucking burger.
All right, ready? Let's see. It's good.
It's almost better than the blue one.
It reminds me of like the Dos Equis Amber.
Yeah.
Like it's the same color. It's got that like orangey color. It's pretty good. I like those. Compared to, I mean, the regular one's good too, but I've never had that. I like it. In case you missed it, we did go live on TikTok a little while ago.
It was very last minute.
Since we didn't have the kids, we did some beer pong out in the driveway. 2 games. I posted the first one on YouTube. I'll probably post the other one in this episode.
I'm getting angry because the girl was beating me.
You know the rule. If I get it in there, you gotta drink 3. Oh.
You're not that good.
I used to be.
Yeah, well, you're 40 now.
Hey.
Well, this is the last time you went to a house party.
I don't know. You want to go find one? Drive around? See if we can find a high school house party?
It is spring break.
Just go wreck some fools at drinking games?
There's gotta be one around here somewhere.
There's definitely stuff, like this is off the tree in here.
Well, you gotta drink it, not me, so.
Let's watch those elbows, okay? Elbows. All right. Tied it up.
Oh, I caught it. Caught that one too?
Both of them.
Woo!
All right.
Damn it.
Shake them off. Come on. Come on.
There's balls flying in my face.
Phrasing.
What?
Phrasing. I gotta lock in here. This is taking way too. I'm way out of practice.
Oh my God. Maybe we should have practiced before we went live.
Oh, almost got you. There's another one here. I'm gonna track that one down.
Oh, this is a big one.
That's what she said. Let's watch those elbows.
That was a goal.
You get a little bit leany. You're like shooting like this. Let's go. Bitch.
Oh, God.
All right. Rack me up here. Let's.
Oh, I'll rack you up. Don't you worry.
Shake these out. Come on. Come on. I feel like the weight of the ball has changed since I was
The weight
young.
of the ball hasn't changed. The weight of your
used to.
hand. The weight of your hand has changed.
I used to just knock them in there.
Damn it. Houston, we have a problem. Ah!
Finally.
Ugh, that burger.
You good? Thanks for sharing that.
Oh, but see, you know what's funny?
What?
Back in the day when I would play this at a church get together,
Yeah.
you know, because I didn't go to house parties. I was a good girl.
Yeah. Let's go.
I couldn't burp like that because dudes didn't like it.
You still working on that? Come on.
Damn it! I was cheating and I still missed it.
I was gonna say that was a lot of lean. That's what happens. You stay back until I make one, and then you're like, "All right, let's go." Like you can't be up here. You gotta.
We're also playing on a very little table.
But that's why I said you gotta stand back a little bit. Like regulation rules, bro. Ooh. Ooh. That could have ended it.
Oh, I put my cup in the wrong.
Yeah, that's the water cup, bro. Tighten up, come on. It'd be cool if we could have music on if TikTok and YouTube weren't lame, you know, but win some, you lose some. Oh. Alright, she's coming back. Line me up over there. Alright, ready? I'm gonna end this thing. This is it. Wait, hang on. I got wind. Got wind interference. All right, ready?
Fuck you. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Fuck you.
Yeah, buddy. Let's go. Now you get a redemption. You can redeem yourself, not have to drink all these. But it is what it is, you know? Let's watch those elbows.
Re-rack me.
Oh, you want it like this?
Get this shit out of the way.
Is that distracting you? Alright. So I gotta drink this one, but you gotta drink those two. Round 2.
You're an asshole.
I'm 2-0, baby.
I'm your wife.
2-0.
I'm your wife.
I know, and I can take advantage of you later. There's a whole bunch of benefits to this. Okay? You can be all drunk and like slutty, like, oh, I don't know. It's not like that anymore, you know?
Why is your beer so warm?
Well, that beer was sitting out here for a few minutes. I've been drinking warm ones. We'll see what the, you know, I can put it right here or something. But I won 2-0.
Because you kept bitching about where my arm was.
What's a little table? You can't.
It's fine.
You gotta watch the elbows.
It's fine. When I lose at things, I bitch about people that are winning too. It's fine.
Okay. Well, next time I'll lean over the table and we'll see how quick it goes.
I wasn't leaning over the table. I have long arms. Listen, we've had this conversation.
The point is that you have to keep your arm behind. Like, so when you let go of the ball, you're supposed to be behind the table. You're not supposed to be like this. Like, you can't be 2 foot closer to the cups.
Well, the people I used to play beer pong with used to let me do that and win because he wanted to get laid at the end of the night.
Well, I'm going to get laid either way, so don't really.
You were the guy that used to let me do it.
Oh, I would never.
Oh my God.
Winning is more important. You got to lock down the beer pong game.
Do you remember the shiesty, shitty ass table you and my brother made when we lived at the townhouse? And it stunk to high heaven. I have no idea what that was. Like
we got a countertop. I can't.
He brought the wood.
But he got a countertop from an apartment they had redone or something. So it was like part of a bar.
Yeah.
And then we just put like 2x4s or whatever, drilled it in and like made like a makeshift beer pong table. And we had like a townhouse. We were like 19, 20, and we just
it was a 2-bedroom, and the second bedroom got used for nothing.
We had a weight bench and
a beer pong table.
A beer pong table. That was all that was in there. Like,
do you remember our green kitchen?
I do. We should find a picture. Sam, I think this was your idea. Sam had this idea. We should paint the kitchen like something wild. And I'm like, okay, you know, we're 20, like whatever. So we painted it like Irish green, like bright green. Not like a dark hunter green. It was like, it's like St. Patrick's Day, and we only did one wall. We just did like the main wall, because like the kitchen was like in the corner, you know, with the stove and all that. So like the wall that didn't have anything on, we just painted it, and it was just this bright green. And it looked like you were in like an Irish pub or something. But I liked it, you know. For everyone was always like, "Wow, that's green."
And our kitchen was white. Everything was white in the kitchen, and it had the fluorescent like.
Yeah, like the tube lights.
The tube lights. Oh. And so it just looked horrible.
I liked it. I had a great time in that townhouse. We had good times, man.
We did.
It was a party house. We had
a kegerator.
Our neighbors hated us.
We had a kegerator right outside of the bathroom on the living floor.
Room. So we had a kegerator. We were like
at one point it was next to the couch.
At that point, I think you were 21 and I was 20. And then I turned 21 shortly after that. But our neighbor, God bless her heart, because the doors are right beside each other, like where you walk up. God. She was like this nice little like 65-year-old retired lady, and this is our first time living out. Not
my first time living out. I had already moved out.
Yeah, but like, I mean, for me it was, and like my friends and all were fresh out of high school, would come over. I had a motorcycle and like a Toyota Supra.
Cut the muffler off of.
And we were just the worst. I feel so bad now. Like, we had the cops called us a few times, and they were just like, "What are you guys doing?" And we're just like, "What? It's 1 a.m. Like, I got a letter from the HOA
about the lights, the Christmas lights. Remember, we did. Did we? We did the Chevy Chase thing. We lined the whole roof, and her bedroom was at our roof line.
Yeah, just shining in. But like, we got a letter from the HOA because like somebody came over and wanted to like hear my bike or something, and I had put new exhaust on it. And like I revved it up, it was like 1 a.m. just rah, 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 rah. And we got a letter from the HOA that said like no loud noises. No loud revving of motorcycle engine at 1 a.m. And I was like,
yeah, we were drunk when we did that, so we don't really remember.
Definitely not the best neighbors. We moved out after a couple years.
So I feel like at this point, statute of limitations, it's been 20 years. Do you remember the night that you and a friend went and hopped on each other's shoulders and took down all of the no parking signs?
Yeah.
That was the first time.
Oh my God.
That was This night, so I was probably 22 at this point because we had lived there for a couple of years and we're about to move out. I had never had a cigarette before in my life. And I had a cigarette for the first time that night. And I smoked through like half a pack of cigarettes.
Well, they had like on one side of the street,
You
all through the neighborhood, they had no parking signs. And they were literally probably every 15 feet.
Yeah.
So we were drunk, shockingly. And I was like, let's take those signs down. And my buddy was like, yeah, obviously, why wouldn't we do that at 1 a.m?
I sat at the end of the driveway in a chair.
So
and watched them.
to do it, he was smaller, but I put him on my shoulders, and I think a couple of them he did to me, and we had like a little ratchet because there was just a little nut, and we would just ratchet them on. We had like 30 of these signs.
So then we didn't know what to do with them. Well, so long story short, we ended up having to foreclose on the house.
I lost my job.
And I lost my job.
Yeah.
It was during when the real estate market...
Like 2010? 8.
2008.
Everything just crashed. So we were both kind of working in a real estate field. Both lost our jobs, and we were just like, yeah.
We were out of a job for like a year.
Yeah.
Neither one of us had a job for like a year.
I was like...
We were doing ons and end jobs, but nothing substantial.
We could not pay the mortgage.
Cars and mortgage and everything.
But at the time, we did not anticipate losing our jobs because we weren't making a lot of money. At that time, like being, 21, 22. But when you take everything out, like I lost my job, and then a few months later, you lost your job, and we were like, yeah. So the cool thing was we lived in it for like a year, like for free, basically.
But we did the right thing. We didn't just go crazy and spend all of our extra money.
We just saved the little bit of money we had. And I think I got a job making less, and so did you. Mm-hmm. And we just saved it because at that point we were like 6 months behind, and they had already started it. But it took them so long to do it.
And HOA, fuck HOAs.
Okay.
Fuck them.
Settle down.
I'm just saying,
but
they were part of it.
That was part of it too. We were behind on the HOAs because it was like $1,500 a year or something, and we were behind on it.
We were behind
because it happened. It happened.
And then we lost our jobs, and
we had paid a couple of them, but then like we lost our jobs. They started racking up, and then we were getting out of the hole, but we were just making the mortgage payment, and then the taxes, which this is common, taxes went up, insurance went up, and then the HOA hit us with past due. It was from like the past year because they sent out a yearly bill.
But it was like $700 past due. Something crazy.
No, it was a full year. It was like $1,500. So our mortgage payment went up like $300, and we're like, yeah, we don't have the money for this. So we were just like, screw it. We let it go through foreclosure and just rented a house. And it worked out good because we just saved a bunch of money. I was like, we cannot afford to pay an extra $300 or $400.
A lot of financial friends always told us that it was better that we did let the house go and not our cars.
It was an attorney.
The cars hurt you worse if you had those repoed. And we needed cars because we did have jobs. They just weren't paying what we needed it to pay to be able to pay for everything.
The attorney just said, don't let everything go delinquent. He said, so don't be late on your credit card, your car,
and your house,
your cell phone, your house. Like he said, if you can't make all of it, then don't make your house payment. Make your payments on everything else because it only shows up as one delinquency. Yeah. And we were like,
and okay. I hate to say it, at the time the townhouse was only in his name, so it didn't affect me, which I think in the long run did help us because then when we bought our first house together,
and we were massively upset. Get out of here! What are you doing? The dog's like under the table. Like
there's no small humans here. They don't
go lay down. But we bought the house for like $120, and it was worth like $60 in 2008. So we couldn't sell it, and I was just like,
we did try selling it,
and I was like, I'm not gonna live here for 10 years to get out from under this. So anyway, we went off on like a a little thing there,
just to give you a glimpse of what we've fucking been through.
I like the Fosters. All right.
Maybe one.
Do you want me to talk about my thing that I have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there something else we were going to talk about tonight? There was something I said that we were going to talk about. I think the beer pong got me.
Talk about our neighbor? We were out there quiet all day, no noise, and he does this a lot. He'll crank up the lawnmower. It'll be dark outside.
So, back when our neighbors were actually talking to each other.
Let's not get into all that.
But I'm just saying, he used to go out and cut his grass at 7:30 on a Wednesday night.
We've never understood.
Our other neighbor would text him and say, "Don't do that. They have a young child." Like, when we moved in here, we had a baby. And he would go cut his grass
6 months old.
On a Wednesday night at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night during the summer.
Doing like the weed eater. And I'm like, it was so weird. It's dark outside. And I was like, how can he even see what he's doing? And it's not that hot. Like,
do you remember when he used to weed in edge? Remember he used to edge our walkway and then blow it all off? And one day I had to go out there. It was a Saturday afternoon. It was 11 o'clock. The baby was napping because babies nap in the middle of the fucking day. And I had to go out there and be like, He's trying to be nice, helpful and be nice, but
it was like he's asleep. Like you do it, I would rather just do it in an hour. Like
we'll do it next weekend. Like it hasn't. If we didn't deem it to have to be done right now, then it doesn't need to be done right now by anybody else.
But cutting the grass in the dark is a weird move, just
really
in general.
Is. And it's on a ride lawnmower, and it's just.
But we went out there to play beer pong. It's in that video on YouTube. And he literally starts blowing off his truck 2 minutes into the video, and then he blows off the street, his driveway.
He blows off in front of our house. He literally takes it from the neighbor he's no longer talking to and blows it all over. And then, wait, did you not see this? Then the wind starts blowing, so he stands there and holds it and waits for the wind to stop blowing so he can blow those leaves because the wind was blowing the leaves.
I'm just like...
And he just waits, and I'm like... I went out there and blew off our driveway for the video, and I just did a quick, and it was done.
Well, to be fair, he's an older guy, and he's not married or anything like that. So I just think he's got a lot of free time on his hands. He's nice, but it's just some of the stuff. I'm like the timing of it, because I know he doesn't work on the weekends, but he'll fire up and cut the grass. At dark. And it's hot in Florida, but it's a riding lawnmower. It's not that hot to cut it at 4 o'clock versus 8:30 when it's dark.
Do you remember when we moved in and Jackson said, "Where's your wife?" And he said, "Oh, I don't have a wife." He said, "I had a girlfriend once." And Jackson said, "Oh, yeah, where's she at?" And he goes, "Well, she told me if I went fishing, she was going to leave." And he said, "I went fishing and came home and she wasn't here."
Yeah, I was like, it subs him up pretty much. He's like, I don't care.
Okay.
All right. So I want to
talk about.
I want to tell you about this. Have you ever heard? You probably haven't. It's called dyatlovs pass. Dyatlovs pass. Have you ever heard of this? Don't look over here. Don't read it. So this is in Russia. Okay, and I've seen this. I've watched.
Das Vidanya.
Baba Yaga. I watched a documentary on it, and it's been talked about on 8,000 podcasts. There was a group of, this is back in the late 50s, early 60s. Says, 1959. A bunch of hikers, 9, I think, hikers went, Dyatlovs Pass is I guess a cut through or something. It's a trail. So it was in the middle of winter. They were going on this hike through the woods or whatever. And they didn't report in. So they sent out search groups for them and found them, and they're just scattered all over the fucking place.
Their bodies, they're dead?
Yeah. So the biggest thing was that they had cut their way out of their tent. Okay? Like they said, the tents were cut.
Why would they have to cut their way out of the tent?
Question number 1.
Okay.
And a lot of them were found with little clothing on. Not naked or necessarily, but they didn't have jackets, pants, boots. It was something sudden happened and they just scattered.
Oh, okay, so they weren't they weren't
no.
Sexually, okay.
No, it was somebody they just all scattered
how far apart
in the middle of the night. So different parts, they found a couple of them 100 yards from the tent, and then they found a couple more.
How far apart are they from each other?
I don't know. I don't have one. I mean, it was like they were running from something.
Okay.
So the theory, or what the report was, is that there was an avalanche, and they just ran to get away from that. But from all the stuff I've seen, like the tent, none of that is buried, and there's no evidence of an ambulance or avalanche that I've seen in the documentaries or podcasts. Nobody's ever talked about that. They can't really. If there's an avalanche, there's a bunch of snow, right? The tent would be covered.
Oh, the tent would be
right, all this. So here, I'm going to read you this. It says 6 died from hypothermia, while 3 had been killed by physical trauma. 1 had major skull damage, 2 had severe chest trauma, and another had a small crack in his skull. 4 of the bodies were found lying in running water in a creek, and 3 of these 4 had damaged soft tissue of the head and face. 2 of the bodies had missing eyes, and 1 had a missing tongue, and 1 had missing eyebrows.
How the fuck does an avalanche make you miss your tongue and your eyes
an
and eyebrow?
So that's the thing. It says the investigation concluded that a compelling natural force had caused the deaths. Numerous theories have been put forward to account for the unexplained deaths, including animal attacks, hypothermia, an avalanche, infrasound-induced panic, military involvement, or some combination of these factors. So,
someone murdered the fuck out of those guys.
It's that's the theory. One of the things, and I haven't watched this in a while, but the thing I watched, there's I guess a group of nomadic. Well, I don't want to say nomadic, but there's a group of settlers that live out there. It's way out, like in the middle of nowhere.
In Russia?
Yeah. So there's a group, like little town, community?
Like fucking Vikings?
I mean, no, but like 30 people that live in a little village, kind of.
That eat people?
I don't know.
What do you call them? Nomads?
Well, nomads move around, so that's why I said it's not. They live there. I mean, and they're basically just people that live off the grid, out in the middle of nowhere, and they farm or fish or hunt and do it. And it's a little community. So they were like, well, did they?
So they're incest as fuck.
Well, potentially, I don't want to.
Sorry, I'm driving a lot of F-bombs. I don't really care.
You're just on it.
But that's sick. That's sick, sadistic shit. Literally.
Well, that's what I'm looking here. So I'm trying to find.
That's SSS. Gonna go. That's my new shorthand of it. It says SSS.
This says that the prosecutor office announced the avalanche to be the official cause of death.
Fucking idiot. How do you lose your eyeballs in an avalanche?
It just, and that's why this has always been discussed, because
I want to know this. How do you lose your eyebrow?
Both of them, apparently.
How the fuck do you lose an eyebrow?
So,
unless you're Pamela Anderson and you finally get one that's taped on because you're still living in 1993 and think the pencil.
Settle down, okay?
I'm just saying. She looks fucking stupid with her fucking eyebrows.
This is a lot of reading. I'm not going to go through all this.
Pamela Anderson can still be hot, but her eyebrows cancels it.
The biggest thing that I've read, or the conspiracy theory on it, is a Yeti. Like, Yeti's like Bigfoot, but in the snow. They're all white.
But I don't want to give the Yeti a bad name. I don't think the Yeti and Bigfoot are murderers. I really don't.
I don't think so either. But and that was the other thing, because they were talking about, like, a bear typically would, like,
eat it,
maul them or scratch them, bite them. They weren't like that.
Remember what I said?
What?
When we compared you to a bear? Or we were talking about you being a bear because you're so hairy, and I said because you just lay on your prey and suffocate them until they stop breathing, then you eat them.
Well, I don't do that.
No, you don't do that.
Unless my prey is a Philly cheesesteak, which I will lay on that and then eat the fuck out of it.
But I'm sorry. I'm here for the Yetis and I'm here for the Sasquatches.
You just support, protect the Yetis.
Like, protect them. Like, they're not.
We're gonna get some buttons made up. Protect the Yetis. Save the Bigfoots.
That's a bumper sticker we should make.
Save the Bigfoots if you can find them.
If you fuckers take my bumper sticker idea, I will never forgive you. But I think we should.
We talked about that we don't think they're violent.
I don't think they're violent. That's why they're still living. And I think that's why you don't see them, because they just don't give a fuck.
We got to do some more research on Bigfoot.
Do you know, there's a place up in, where did my mom say it was? South Carolina or North Carolina? They have an entire place that is dedicated to Bigfoot.
They say there's a lot of sightings in Tennessee.
Maybe that's where it's at. I had to ask Mom where it's at. Maybe we can.
I know there's a lot out west, like Seattle, like up.
No, I don't want to go to Seattle. Those people are weird.
But I could get down on like Tennessee, like a cabin or something. I could get talked into that.
You can get talked to. Would you fly?
Yeah.
Mister, I don't want to go anywhere.
That's my biggest problem is I don't like being in the car. And I think we've talked about this. I don't like being in the car for a long time. And the horror videos that I have seen online of people sitting on a runway for 5 hours, just, I couldn't do it. Like, we have to go, or I'm getting off the plane.
But
like,
yeah,
there's
you want me to get you a job at my office, and you don't have to travel, like.
Well, I don't care, but if I'm getting paid to do it, I'm talking about on my, like, I don't want to spend a day of my vacation in an airplane or in a car.
I felt that day.
That's why I don't like it.
How do you think I felt that day coming home from Atlanta with the hurricane coming in? I got grounded on the tarmac, and I was the last seat.
I don't really
on a Delta plane that was the biggest plane ever.
I don't really care as long as it's on somebody else's dime. Like, if I'm traveling and my flight gets canceled
Even
on a Thursday, I'm like, I don't care. I'm getting paid to do this. But if I'm on my vacation, that ain't gonna work. Like, nope, that you burned me a day here. I only get so many of these.
All right, so if I can find out where it's at, you'll take a weekend trip with me?
We could look into it. I don't know. I'd like to see.
I can look into that.
A lot of stuff, creepy stuff happens up in the mountains. You can't take a gun on an airplane. It's frowned upon heavily.
Wait.
Can't do that.
I think if you conceal weapons, can't you?
No, you can't take a gun on an airplane. What are you talking about?
You can pack it though, can't you?
No. I think the only thing they'll let, if you're an off-duty police officer,
I thought if
you may be able to put it in your bag and it be checked, but I don't even know if they can do that anymore.
Oh, I don't.
No. You cannot, no.
Don't go off.
They won't even let you have like a lighter on a plane. I don't think anymore.
I mean, I'm afraid to take a electric toothbrush.
Yeah.
But anyways,
full body search.
I literally check all of my ounces, and when I say I check them, I fucking weigh them because I don't want to have to redo my suit.
You remember the last time I was on a plane, right?
Vegas.
Yeah, when we got married. That was the last time I was on an airplane.
It's been, oh my God, when did we get married?
15 years? 2010.
15
Yeah, 15 years. That was the last time I was on an airplane. I haven't been on an airplane. Like I would walk in like with a cigarette, like, well, we can't smoke in here? Like, sir, what do you...
Well, just so we're clear, you couldn't smoke on the plane in 2010.
No, you couldn't.
No,
What was that?
The fuck was that?
Sounded like somebody hit the door. It's the Yeti. 'Tis the Yeti.
It's not the Yeti. Leave the Yetis and the Sasquatches in the everybody alone. Leave Bigfoot, leave them all alone. They just want to live. Now, speaking of just want to live, are we going to Tractor Supply tomorrow?
No, we're not.
Please.
No. Sam wants to go get a baby chicken, and I was like,
no, I want a duck. I don't want a chicken.
Well, whatever. They grow up, and you have to take care of them.
No, they don't. They fly away. That's why I want a duck.
They don't fly away.
The duck will fly away.
I don't think that's true. I think it will live in your house.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
They don't know how to fly.
Can you imagine how excited the boys will be when they come home and there's a baby duck here? I mean, get two. One for each of them. And then
what if they don't fly away and they just decide, Florida's pretty chill. This is a good spot. Let's just kick it here.
Then they have a cement pond, and we just feed
them. So there's going to be ducks in my pool. And we have to feed them and clean up duck shit everywhere.
Ducks don't eat that much. They eat the grass and the worms. They eat your weeds. That's why I want a goat. The goat eat all your weeds.
I don't want a goat or... We already have too many animals.
We have 2 dogs.
And?
2 children.
And?
2 frogs.
Okay.
By the way, when Bodie left, he was like, take care of my frogs. I'm like, bro, we just found them.
Take care of my frogs!
We don't have to feed them until you get back.
Don't let them die!
We feed them like once a week. By the way, we forgot to feed them for almost a month.
No, we didn't.
I haven't fed them, and neither has Bodie.
I've fed them occasionally.
When?
I've done it a few times.
When?
I don't know. I've done it like 5 or 6 times since we've had them. I don't
Okay,
think it's
we've
ever
had
been a
them for
month.
2 years.
There's been times when me and Bodie fed them and you weren't involved, so it hasn't been that long.
I don't believe you.
It hasn't been a month.
What's wrong with that one?
I don't know.
Why is she breathing like that?
Because we have dogs. Like, I don't even, like, she looks like she's about to die.
So what's funny is the dogs sleep in the boys' bedrooms every night, and now that the boys aren't here, we're going to make them sleep in their crates. So I can't sleep with the dogs.
They make so much noise.
I cannot sleep with a dog in my bedroom. I will murder.
I don't know how they sleep with them.
I don't either. Because I hear Bear at night doing this.
Yeah.
Like his
shaking
ears
his
flopping.
head and
I can hear him
scratching
on the baby monitor every night.
All right, let's wrap this thing up, all right? Because we had a big night of beer pong, and we're gonna go watch some movie.
He's gonna meet me watch a werewolf.
I told him we could watch the Bob Dylan movie.
I don't want to watch.
Like a down,
Go ahead and.
like a rolling stone.
You sound.
That's my Bob Dylan.
You sound like the bear from Ted. Singing the.
I only wanna be with you. I love Ted.
Okay.
When he does a little hootie. We should watch Ted. You can't say that. There's a microphone right here. I don't know if you know this, but as much as you whisper, everyone gets to know what you're saying. You can't whisper stuff to me. We talked about this last week. Hey, Sam, do you think they can hear me if I whisper like this? They can still hear you. Hey, guess what?
Hey! Would you eat barbecue spare ribs on the moon?
Hey, would you eat the moon if it was made of barbecue spare ribs? Little Will Ferrell. That's probably over a lot of people's heads.
Hey!
All right, let's wrap this puppy up. Go watch.
You have to insert the clip on this at the end.
You can't insert SNL clips from
all right,
flagged immediately. Like,
all right, then you have to go research Will Ferrell playing what's his name?
Harry Carey.
Harry Carey. Chicago Cubs. Like, come on. Like, hey man, hey.
Like a rolling stone. All right, later guys. See you next week.